Welcome to Game Night via Orlando edition. We are on vacay, and we're gonna do a Kickstarter first look today. Yeah. This is Jaysen Headley.
Hello, and this is K.'Arl Lee.
Yeah.
And yeah, we are coming to you from vacation, so what better game to play than something that can fit in your suitcase, because it's just like a deck of cards.
Hotel.
Yeah, or
right?
something.
Or something. So this week we have Ironmark Games' premiere game. Their first game, it's called San ni Ichi. And let me tell you the premise of the game. It's basically your game. You're all ninjas.
Obvious.
And you have like different ninja skills, different, styles. You have fire, wood, and water ninja styles, I guess, basically. And you're fighting to see who wins. It's just a battle.
For best ninja.
Yeah, basically. And so let's figure out how to play the game. So in the beginning of the game, depending on how many players, it determines how many cards and which cards to use. In this 3-player game that we're playing, which is a 3-player minimum, each player has 7 cards. And in the first step of the game, the first phase is to select a card. So each person selects a card secretly, like this, face down, and then we all attack. We reveal our cards, and based on the number that's on each corner, the second step is to determine who is attacking who first. Whoever has the lowest number will attack first. This gentleman here has a 2 and will go first, and will create the first combat. Alright, so let's see, who is he going to attack? He determines he's going to attack me because he doesn't like me. But then whose turn is it next? We both have a 5. Who's next? Well, underneath it are letters, A and B. So this guy goes next. And you know how you battle is this. It's based on what element you have. Fire, water, and wood. So basically, fire beats wood, wood beats water, and water beats fire. Very simple, right? So in the beginning of the game, there are no combats already, so you're not putting these on top of other people yet. You're just attacking people like this. Right? And then whoever has the highest card is defeated. And if you're tied, then you're both defeated. And it goes into your damage pile, like so. And that's their damage. And then whoever has the least number of damage by the end of the game wins.
A common worry that a lot of people have when it comes to Kickstarter games is whether they can have a pervasive theme or have good content or even have artwork that's good, because there's a lot of Kickstarter junk out there. So let's talk a little bit about San ni Ichi and what we think. The coloring in this game really stands out. So you have, on the back of the cards, you have this really kind of dark, creepy vibe. It gives you this really cool, almost like nighttime in old Japan kind of feel, which is great. And then the cards have these silhouette characters on them. At first glance, I think my first impression was a little like, oh, okay. But the more you play with the cards, the more you start to see it. They have this really creepy kind of dark Japanese noir kind of style to them that's just really fun. You feel like they're jumping out to attack another player, which is great. And even the special cards, which have these items on them, the items look, very old-timey and very unique. We haven't really played any game that looks like this. It kind of takes the brightness of something like lanterns and really turns it into this like dark, kind of creepy style, but still has that fun, almost Avatar blend to it, where you look at the fire and the plant and the water, and it just kind of makes you want to learn more. You want to know how to play this game. As a side note, I'll also say I like how these instructional cards are laid out. They're very simple to read. They're very simple to understand. There's not a whole ton of information on them to kind of confuse you. That's really great, and I like that. And I will say my favorite thing about any of the cards is that there's just not a lot of text on them. There's a little bit and just enough, but I think we've seen in the past with a lot of like deck building games and things like that where there's so much text on cards that you look at it and you're just like, what does this card actually do? And you don't have that problem with this game because the cards are very simple, and in the simplicity there's elegance of it. So as far as artwork and design and color goes, we like it a lot.
Ready? San ni Ichi. Go!
So as far as first impressions, what do you think?
I like it. It's actually a very, very fast and fun game in that once you get to know the cards that do have text on it, you can kind of go. And as far as just playing, it is really fast. Like with the 3-player game, you just have 7 rounds, and some rounds are just gonna bam.
Yeah, we played it in about 6 or 7 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I think is interesting about this game is when I first sat down to play it with you, and you were explaining it to me. I was like, oh, it's just a game where you need the highest number to go first, or the lowest number, and then you are just trying to trump each other's numbers. But then you start to see there's like this whole strategy to putting down cards on top of other people's cards in order to make them take it. And at a certain point you realize, well, maybe someone has a 5 now and you have a 2, so it might seem like a good idea to give yourself the 2, but if you can beat their card with your 2 and then you don't have any cards, they actually still have the higher card. And it's such a weird way of thinking, and it's really exciting that there's so much little unique strategy to it.
There's more dimensions than it seems from such basic cards, right? And it kind of makes me feel excited about what they might, expand it into. Like if they add expansions to it, it could add other dimensions that I think will be really exciting. But I think it's a very clean game, and that's
very
really
clean,
important.
very quick.
With Kickstarter games, you don't know who's creating these games. They could be a complete mess, and sure, this is just a prototype right now. They're not completely finished with the rules and everything. We get it. There were some things that we weren't completely sure on. We might have made some mistakes in how it's supposed to be played, but when they iron that all out, I think it's going to be a really clean game.
Yeah, and even with kind of, the rule book is still getting edits and they're still working on some things, and even so, we found it pretty quick and easy to figure out the game and what was going on, and that's a good sign. Yeah, that's a really good sign. We had my sister play with us. It was like, we're visiting her. Ooh, thunder. And so, she played and we picked it up like that. Yeah.
Like, we played a really quick game and it was great.
Yeah.
You could bring this anywhere and be like, hey, you guys want to play a game?
Small,
and you don't have to worry about going through all these directions and making it complicated, and it's not complicated.
And I'll say, I kind of mentioned this when I was talking about the art, but when my first impression of the art, I'll be honest, was not great. Like, I looked at the art when we first pulled out of the box and I was like, I don't know. But then as you start playing it, I think the art lends itself to the game really well.
It's like an indie style.
Yeah,
it's
you really warm up to it when you see how it works.
Yeah, it's really indie, and I think it's charming in that aspect. It's not your typical, flashy, colorful, whatever, and it's different. It's individual.
Yeah. Well, listen, Sunny Ichi is, they're on week 2 of their Kickstarter, so you can still get in on it.
Yeah.
You can still join the Kickstarter. They have all kinds of fun stuff that you can get just by joining the Kickstarter, and you can get the game, and that's the best part of it, right?
Ironmark Games.
Ironmark Games. We're going to put the link to the Kickstarter in the video, so you should definitely check that out. We want to give them a big thank you to letting us get a chance to play this, because we really enjoyed it. And yeah, you can check us out online on Twitter. I'm at KukamungaCat. This is at
carlkaholi.
Yep. And we're also on Instagram. That's kind of where we're mainly at, I would say. I'm at EasyCat.
At carlkaholi.
It's the same. Check us out on BoardGameGeek. That's where we put up all of our videos. We'll put a link to that. And, if you are creating a game or are going to be on Kickstarter, please let us know, because we love trying your new games. We love talking about them, and we love doing these videos about them. I think it's sometimes even more fun for us than reviewing a big box game. It's more fun to review something that we have a more personal connection with and want to help the creators and things like that. So let us know. And, next time we'll come to you, we'll be back in New York and having fun. So.
Right. So this is our first look at Sunny Ichi.
Go give them some money.
Ironmark
Throw the money at them. Ironmark Games. Throw money.
Play it. Support it. Do it.
We're like ninjas. Oh.
Okay. All right, bye.
Bye.